has come from the jungle site, and yes, it's another set of NVR cameras. So I'm probably going to kick myself with this because I'm going to put these up and I'm probably going to regret it. Because right now, as it stands, I got a set of NVR, network video recording outdoor cameras. And once upon a time, there used to be 8 cameras, and then it turned to 7. And now I got this wacky thing where I think because they've been outside for, I don't know, a number of years now, I think they're getting tired of and I think the transmitter is getting tired because several times a day I have to power cycle them to get them to come back on. So it's getting to a point where they're annoying now. And I had a previous video of a complete wired setup, and that's what I was going to do. But I'm looking around this place and I'm like, it's going to be so much flipping work to run wires from the top floor down through the walls, up through the basement into this room. It's going to be probably several days of work, and I don't really want to be bothered to put wired cameras up unless it forces my hand and I have to. But it wouldn't happen anytime during the wintertime. It'd be in the summertime or springtime when it's a lot warmer and I can screw around, filling around and fish taping the walls and all other crap. So during Black Friday, or actually not Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I went on Amazon and I started looking around and I found this particular setup and it was like $100 off. So it was 200 and change. I says, what the hell? I says, all the power structure is still outside. I can just plug and play after I get a ladder, because I need to get a ladder now because the one that was here is destroyed. So I need to get another ladder. So not really a big deal. So I got this setup, and it's 2K. These are 2K cameras because I got that 2K camera up there, and it's actually got a nice picture on it. So I'm going to try this another wireless setup again because this one's a little unique. Where each camera has got dual antennas. So that might help a little bit. I'm going to have to change the camera battery because I can see it starting to bellyache. So let me get this out of its outer box, change the battery, and I'll be right back. So we got the camera battery replaced here. So I'll start charging that back up. Luckily I got 3 batteries, so I can keep recording endlessly. So here we are, we got the camera thing out of the outer box here. Let's see, it's all China Pride. Blah, 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 Wi-Fi, blah, blah, blah. It's got defogging on it? Really? Why 8 megapixel 4K 25 blah, 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 network range, blah, blah, blah. All kinds of tchotchkes on the black. What do we got here? Salient. We got email alarm, day, night, auto switch, 1080p, 1920 by 1080, HD output, ARM core CPU. Motion alarm, push messages, H.264 video compression, 845 NM array IR LEDs, IR filter, auto switch, iPhone, iPad, Android support, CMS view playback, IE view playback, multi-user access password, encrypted 2.4 gig wireless, cameraless, wireless repeater. Really? IP66 waterproof, group video management, VGA output, location, easy setup, video digital room, and you can put up to a 6 terabyte hard drive in here. Wow. So, on my current NVR thing there, one of the biggest things that I can't do on it, because it was China Pride at its finest, there's no instructions on it, there's no way to add new cameras on it, and there's no support or anything like that. It's terrible. And like I said, it's showing its age now, so it's time to retire it and put a new camera system up. So this is an 8-camera setup, just like my old one. And you get the hardware kit, and then you get these cameras. Each camera has actually 4 flipping antennas on it. So here's the camera. It's got your typical, it's actually got floodlights on it, which is a huge upgrade compared to what I got. So it's got the IR and LED. Because that's another thing on some of my other cameras. The IR LEDs are burning out, and it's getting they're suffering more and more every month. So it's time to replace them. And these are actually quite nice. And these are the type of cameras where you can either hook them up power over Ethernet or your regular 12-volt system, 12-volt wall warts. So all you need to do with these things is just have 12-volt power available to them. And then whatever else that connector is, I have no idea what that is. And these are all sealed if you're not going to use the power over Ethernet. And they got a nice longer, a little bit longer neck than my other ones. And these are, you can rotate these to any direction you need them in. So you can have them, you know, hanging upside down and looking down, or you can have them on a wall mount and looking at a particular direction. So these are directional balls, so you can only go in one direction. You can either go straight or to your one extreme, and then you'll have to either if you need to go the other direction, you'll have to flip it around and then turn the camera around to have enough clearance. And then you're only going to have so much clearance because you're going to have dual antennas on here, and there's 2 antenna ports on each side. So you screw in your antennas, and then depending on how you got them mounted, then you'll have to adjust where you're going to have them. And then you're only going to have so much motion because your antenna is going to hit, you know, on your extreme angles. So unless you got them like hanging upside down, then you can you'll have a little bit more motion on them. So for me, they're going to go right back in the old spots. So usually, you know, it's going to be something like that to a point, because you do when you wall mount these, you want to try to have the very corner of the picture like just in frame, because when the IR LEDs come on at night, there'll be so much light being transmitted back into them, they'll actually blind them. You won't be able to see squat at night. So you definitely want to have these pointed away from the wall, and then so when you go on your main monitor and when you're looking at the cameras, you can adjust them so the very edge of the picture is just a little tiny itty bitty, or maybe even none of the wall showing, because like I said, the IRs, when they come back on line at night, they'll actually blind the camera from all the light bouncing off the wall going back into the camera. So these are dual antennas, so you'll be able to have you know, sometimes depending on how poor your signal is, you can have these sprawled all out, you know, to whatever direction you need them in. So that's pretty cool. So that's the antenna, and like I said, there's 8 cameras. So I'm not going to get each single camera out. Of course, I'll have to take them all out anyway to access the tchotchkes on the bottom of the box. So 8 cameras. That was one of the first things that failed on my oldest system, is right off the bat, a camera died right off the bat. And it was like, well, there's still 7 cameras, so it's like, who cares? So they're showing, like I said, they're showing their age, so it's time to get rid of them because they're becoming more and more of a burden because you got, like I said, I have to constantly power cycle them. So in these 2 boxes, we get several different accessories. You're going to get a network cable so you can hook it up to your router if you have to. You're going to get a remote control to operate the NVR. And then you get these longer antennas. And these are amplified or high gain antennas in case you have a camera out in the stick somewhere where it's barely able to transmit and have the receiver pick it up. So you get two extended antennas, and then you get all the you'll get a HDMI cable to go to your monitor, and you'll get 8 wall warts for each camera. I think each camera has, I don't know, quite a bit length of cable. So these are typical 12 volt 1 amp wall warts, so I'll be reusing my old ones. So these will be, I'll have 8 spares. 8 spare wall warts, and these are the extended antennas in case you need them. They're clicker, blah blah blah. So it should be about the same stuff in the other box. More wall warts. Yep. And you'll get a mouse to operate and navigate the NVR. And this is a lot nicer mouse than the clunky, cheap China Pride mouse I got, because you hit the buttons, you're like, ew, ew, ew. So this is already a big improvement of what I had. Then I want to check out the box here, because it too has its own antennas. And it's too bad that you can't put the amplified antennas on here. So you get all the stickers that you can put on your doors saying that you're being watched and don't break in. Especially if you're a tuber and you decided to break in, you're going to be on camera. So I can have you prosecuted and arrested and then sue you. And then we got our magic box here, and it's got the hard drive already built in. And you get all your QR codes on top. So you can set it up and in your online services and blah, blah, blah. Is there really a hard drive in there? Because I had to put a hard drive in my other one. Yep, there is a hard drive in there. So that's cool. Your typical antennas, unfortunately, these do not come off. These are fixed. So this is the only antenna you got. And you got provisions to hang it up on the wall. So your antennas will compensate for that. So you can have them standing up if you have it against the wall. And then you got your HDMI output, your VGA output, audio out. And then you got your WAN, USB for your mouse, and 12 volts in. So that's pretty awesome. And this is, if I didn't mention it, it's the OOSSXX. I have no idea how you would even pronounce that. OOSSXX. And then you got your destruction manual telling you how to set it up and problem solve and all other good stuff. So that's about it for this video. So now it's just a matter of me acquiring another ladder. I'll have to go to Lowe's and buy a little giant ladder. I'll have to get the M26 variety because this house don't have a good ladder anymore. It got destroyed, so I'm gonna have to get one. And that's that. So I'll put the rest of this stuff away off camera and drool all over the stuff, and then hopefully there's a good weather day where I can put all this crap up after I acquire the ladder and enjoy looking out the windows. I mean, looking to see what's happening outside without having to get off this chair. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.